Yo dudes and dudettes, this is Ketchu, and this is part 10 of Can I Beat Rimworld for the first time. Honkerton taught me a life-changing strategy. Mark berry bushes as a farm zone, turn off sowing, and your pawns will automatically harvest the berries and trees inside. Free food, free wood, zero effort. This is how you start a summer. August 2nd. This is not how you start a summer. Another anthill erupted like an earthly skin condition. The discount lobsters did not spawn in Buck Butchery. Of course not. 8 or something legs. Zero manners. And the crowning jewel. The caravan was still on the way from destination, imagination. Tatsinite's been rocking a war mask for a while now. I think it's a phase, but at least it's a situationally appropriate one. Right on cue, Tony joined the colony. He was so eager to help, he forgot to bring a weapon. I sent him back to fetch one, and told him to come back after so I wouldn't forget another guy mid-battle. Meanwhile, Llama decided formation discipline was a suggestion and pulled the bugs in early. No choke point, no strategy, just enthusiasm and qualified bonkers holding the front. Shockingly, it worked. The discount scorpions became budget-paced.
That went well.
Learned from this incident, I laid the foundation for Bug Prison. A legend returned to our fold, and near midnight, the caravan finally came home. August 3rd was pretty intense. We took out some competition, an insane boomalope tried to barbecue our gate, then 17 raiders arrived to finish the job. Except they blew through the walls, avoided our animals with volatile tendencies, and refused to use the front door like civilized psychopaths. We fell back to the range, barely in time.
Oh no! Oh no! CJ is down.
If there's any solace to this, they didn't mind the friendly fire with the tossables. The whole fight was a massive shit show. The melee gang struggled to hand out all the restraining orders.
Freak, 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 freak.
Classic battle cry. Eventually, the raiders checked the balance and realized they were in the red. We didn't chase, just picked up the pieces. Misku might have lost a kidney in the battle. Prince was also missing a lung. It's hard to keep track of who owns which organ in the Lost and Found. It's been a while since the infirmary was this full. Silver lining? Nobody died. Soon after, we found Sin where we forgot him. It's always something. Then Lianiu's vengeful ghost possessed Robin Lad. Good to have you back, pal. Prince wanted to roast Zilla out of pure pain, but gave up soon when she realized Zilla wasn't in the infirmary. Wayfinding wasn't worth the suffering. I tried to have G-Box fix the wall so the game could shut the frick up about animals wandering away. Every few seconds, he sprinted off mid-construction. What a tease. Meanwhile, the animals dragged poop through every hallway on their way from the hitching spot. There was a perfectly fine route outside, but no! Apparently my floors lacked color. Next, CJ went around practicing verbal warfare. Llama responded by slapping her out of it, then immediately treated her wounds. Honkerton swooped in before she changed her mind. I spent a quiet moment at Corpse Lake to calm me down. A treat for myself. August 6th, fabrication research was finished. I chained Typhoid to the smelter until we had enough steel to complete the fabrication bench. He coped by verbally abusing everyone in range. Work-life balance. CJ learned firsthand how to handle that kind of situation. Day 9, bionic replacements finished. The fabrication bench ate all of our advanced components, which we also needed to make the spare parts. We unlocked the future and immediately couldn't afford it. Next plan? Speedrunning advanced fabrication. On the bright side, the research speed was ramping up. We were outthinking our stupidity. Then Randy dropped us some food. Now he's picking my lasagna. White Rich requested 62 cowboy hats. How about no? Day 10, I beat the big one, and finally started moving stuff around the fun square. Progress was slow, but real. After IED research was finished, we ran out of sandstone for the floors, so I sent a caravan to the next tile over to grab rocks for 4 hours. Worked like a charm. I might have missed my chance to get a charge lance earlier, but a war merchant brought me one, and a sniper rifle. Clearly, the universe felt bad for me. We were near our old world level. After that earlier 17-man raid, I wasn't worried. You're worried! Day 12, G-Bug scared CJ into falling in love with him. Terrifyingly effective. Starvation hit again. My colonists refused to butcher corpses, so I volunteered Sin for the job. Advanced fabrication research finished soon after, and I celebrated by admiring my completely full bookcase. Finally, progress that doesn't starve. A quest for a new worker came in. I promised to handle that next season, which probably means never. Day 14, Another mood-killing orbital dump landed. Same story as last time. We mortared it from a distance until it stopped being a problem. Tatsinite got to poke one of the mechanoids with a uranium spear. Science achieved. Finally. Sadly, I didn't get to see the charge lands in action. Yet. Typhoid had another mental break and started punching furniture. I planned to ignore it, but...
A fire? Wait! Why is there a fire? Oh, Typhoid went in and punched some things. Wow! We even have medicine in there. We are going to lose a lot of stuff. Good job, Typhoid.
Llama arrested him before he had another breakthrough for his indoor cremation experiment. The crew got a little grilled in the superheated air, but I don't think I lost anything I'd remember. For my next trick, I ordered a new, less flammable ChemFuel storage, just in case anyone gets ideas again. By the end of summer, we'd finished deep drilling and the long-range scanner research. Our ticket to more advanced components, which, by the way, were stupidly expensive. Fall 5505, inspirations were back on the agenda, and the research tab was getting obliterated. For once, everything was fine, which meant it wouldn't be for long. September 3rd, Tatsinite and Miskulini finally got married. Typhoid started wandering in the middle of it, for some reason. Tatsinite made Misku wait at the altar while he finished an important conversation about rocks or something. But eventually, he remembered what a wedding is and marched to the altar to seal the deal. The next day, Chibro got inspired and proposed to CJ. Forecast, another wedding. The local wildlife helped us prepare for the upcoming celebration by involunteering as the feast. Then came the Charge Lands field test. It made an impressive. CJ missed roughly every shot that existed before getting bored of trying. Later, I saw it in action again and learned that it had more going for it than just a thump. For some reason, we lost relations with Reina, despite their alleged tendency to move toward natural goodwill, or whatever the frick. I browsed through the newly discovered message tab, but couldn't figure it out. The outdoor farm zones were doing great. We had something 3000 logs deteriorating outside the walls. No wonder farming wasn't happening. We needed packaged survivor meals for the free pawn quest, so I banned everyone from eating real food. Paste or perish. Somewhere in the chaos, a geothermal generator got built. Thanks, mechanoids. Your corpses are powering our future. On September 7th, we finally set out to rescue Gaines. In hindsight, we should have waited longer. You'll see what I mean. Solar flare sucker punched our power grid, and Sin and Llama became lovers. We struck gold and blast steel by exchanging garbage for those with traders. Soon, we'd be making advanced components like it's an MLM scheme. When the caravan reached the prison camp, my biggest concern? 9 mini turrets. That's why we brought a mortar. No need to get close. Nico didn't get the memo. Honkerton started bombarding immediately, aiming to secure a rescue operation. Nico had only 3 hours to leave. The only human defender rushed us. CJ quickscoped him with the charge lance. Told you that thing's impressive. At first, I wasn't going to bring melee fighters to the mission, since having one go against turrets felt pointless. But Tatsinite rushed in and saved Nico without getting a scratch thanks to his shield belt. I decided to take my time with this one and prepared a proper campsite. After that, CJ and Honkerton started sniping the turrets. It turned out to be much faster and cost-effective than using mortar. Misku womaned the thing anyway, just for fun. Remember when I said we should have waited a little longer before going on this raid? This is why.
Now this is an awful timing, I'd say. Wow.
I regretted the steroid termite joke. My walls didn't stand a chance. It seemed like there was no interest in taking the shortest path to us though. Instead, the most likely goal was to piss me off. Meanwhile, Honkerton and CJ finished clearing up the turrets in the other place and rescued the prisoner. Hypothermia started bullying her immediately. We solved it by looting a corpse. Gaines will hate the tainted clothing, but she'll be crying warmly. Back home, the mechs were busy redecorating the living quarters with explosions. We took this chance to stage an assault on them. I figured the confined spaces would provide enough cover for the melee guys to close the distance quickly. What I didn't plan for was the Scyther. That diplomatic failure unit negotiated Liani out of existence instantly. The termite blast didn't seem to do a lot of damage, but the splash zone was concerning and helped me think of spacing. Soma fought 2 mechs at once like a hero, while the rest gunned down the Hug.exe. The pikers further back sent Carlos and Prince into concussion land. Realizing the incoming unobstructed pain aimed at our way, we fell back, regrouped, and tried again near the armory. Carlos shook off the concussion and helped Soma tie down the pikers. The crew took them out fast. When they charged the termites next, Soma lost his life. Carlos went down again next, but we managed to power down the termite anyway. The last one got surrounded and poked full of holes. Carlos. In hindsight, I could have used the EMP launcher. I'm so not good at video games I don't even need a difficulty setting. A psychic drone hit immediately after, just to make sure everyone was still miserable. While that disaster was going on back home, the raid team had finished scraping down everything valuable and prepared to take off. September 11th, Typhoid started wandering in sadness again. Our caravan showed massive balls crossing a hostile settlement on their way back. As I began moving everything back to the old infirmary because I gave up on relocating facilities, our caravan returned. Huzzah! Then we got hit by an infestation. Huzzah! Out of the two possibilities, the bugs of course picked the hole without the choke point. We used bug butchery to take care of them. It worked, kinda. Some of them just flat out ignored us and went sightseeing round the base. We took one down near the armory and the last one in the living quarters. Then we got an eclipse, as if to insult us. I got to play Fix the freaking thing again. Round penetrating scanner research was completed.
Oh wait, I forgot to destroy destroy the hives.
So we did the same routine again. The protein gremlins were much more compliant this time, except for one little poop stain that went after our solar panel instead. The hive was dealt with properly afterward. Then Carlos decided to try and do a murder on G-Box. Apparently because a colonist was still unburied. Makes sense. Llama did her a quick jail time and she resetted. September 14th. G-Box dug graves for Lianu and Soma. Lianu got a proper burial. Soma didn't. We think the bugs ate him during their tour. A proper Ketsutopia-style ceremony was held. Then, as tradition dictates, we shot something that explodes. Some folks wanted to punch it, even though they had guns. Grief takes many forms. After that, Nico went on an alcohol binge, and hospital beds got researched. We got a new quest, destroy 8 turrets, 1 mortar and 2 humans. Reward, 2 advanced components. I'd rather eat sand. I'm not leaving the base anymore. Next, a walk tried to hunt Carlos. We used it as a stress ball. Then, a cougar tried to eat Tatsinite. It was turned into a punching bag and a team building exercise. And that was fall. Thanks Randy, I hated it. And that's it for part 10. Thanks for watching, see you next time, take care now. Bye bye then. Have a wonderful day.